Hello folks, and welcome to another new game here in the month of October. This is a game called STATIONflow, and the idea here is that you build subway stations. That doesn't sound like a lot of fun, but I promise you, it's awesome. I really dig all of this game. It's super fun. There's tons of stuff to do. There's official maps, you can download stuff. There's all kinds of things to go. So we're going to start off with Classic, and then we can kind of build out from there and see what exactly is going on. The general idea of this game, and we'll get started here. We're just going to pause the game so we don't have to worry about the game itself getting started here. But you can see that we have A1, A2, there's an A3, and then if we go down a level here, we have A4, A5, and then we have our stations, Platform 1 and Platform 2, or P1 and P2. The idea here is that we're trying to get people from the train to their various exits, or from the various entrances or exits to their train. So it's kind of a little fun, and you get to build corridors and all kinds of stuff. The general setup here over the top, you have your rank and station, so you can go through and rank up and get different stations. You have your various goals. Right now we have currently no exits attached to our platforms. We have 2 current lines, and then we have some cash available to us along with our rating of people and all of that. There's a lot more to get into, but let's just start off with the basics here. Right now, we only have 2 things we can build. There are other things down the road, but we'll talk about that down the road maybe. We have stations, and we have stations and we have connections. So stations, if we open it up, it has a signpost or a corridor, which is basically just a pathway for people to walk down. If we go to connections, we either have stairs up or stairs down. Later in the game, you get escalators, elevators, whatever, and these corridors can get bigger down the road. If you take a look, we have this corridor, and basically you just put it in there, and we'll connect it, and then you can go through, and if you'd like, you can connect it to other things. The problem is that if you run into currently existing stuff, it does not like that. You can also grab this and rotate it. So let's say I want to connect this corridor to the next, I can do that, and when I'm happy with it, I hit my green check mark. And we'll go through. It's paused right now. You can see it's going to take 3 hours and 43 minutes of game time to build that. So maybe I'll go in and make another corridor that will connect these 2 places up, like so. And the smaller the area that you build, the less time it takes. It makes sense. So we'll go through and have those. Now we have this one, which is angled, which is kind of weird. So let's go in. We can put that in here like so. We're going to rotate it around by just grabbing it and dragging it. We can connect it here, but if we'd like, we have these corner grab handles as well. So I can grab this and connect it over here. I can grab this and connect it over there. And you can see that we have this general setup ready to roll. Does it work? Yes. Is it beautiful? No, but that's okay. So let's take a look here. If we go down to our basic platform, we have A5 and A4. So I'm going to build a corridor connecting those to begin with here. Take a look, we can rotate out to see those. If we'd like, we can expand that, but we have a problem. There's some bedrock kind of stuff here that allows us not to build into this, so we can't do that. So I'm just going to back this up here, make sure we're not taking over that. We'll go through, and then we'll put another corridor in like this. We'll rotate this bad boy around, and hopefully we'll be able to connect these up. And we're just going to bring this back just a touch, because we want to avoid our red tracks. I'll hit my green check. And then we have stairs up. Now stairs don't matter in this game. Up and down are the same thing. If you're doing other things, that matters, but that's not a big deal for us. And then you can say, hey, do you want to sign for these stairs? Where do you want to be able to access from these stairs? So all platforms, we can select that. And then we want A1, A2, and A3 will show up on those signs. And this is going to help people navigate through the stairs so they can go through and do that. And we'll talk more about that in just a moment here. But first, we need to make sure that the people at those stairs can actually get in contact with those spots. So we'll hit our green check mark. And for the stairs down, the only thing you can access from going down those stairs is exits 4 and exits 5. So we have those. We're ready to go with that. And yeah, that's kind of the basic setup of what we have. But what we're going to do is also add some signs. So we can have the signs point a certain way. So like for instance, if you're going down these stairs, there are platforms. And if you're coming up those stairs, we want to make sure everything for this is pointing the right way. So I can go in here and say, hey, For this particular one, a 1, 2, 3, and or no, a 1, 2, 3, 4, or 1, 2, 4, 5. We want those going the other way, so we'll rotate around and make sure we get those set the proper way. And you can add on more signs if you'd like, and get them all set in there. But this is not set up right, so let's get out of these. That's just going to be all of our platforms are there. We'll add on another signpost. This particular signpost is going to be for A3. So add that on. We can add on more. It's not letting me rotate these quite yet. I don't know why it's not doing what I want it to do. Whatever. I can also change that off and say, hey, 1, 2, 4, and 5 are going to go that way. Put a green check mark. We'll figure out that next signpost there. You can see that that's roughly pointing the right way. So we'll deal. And hey, this one's going to go to A3. Cool. Now we can go on and add all of the things that we need to have. So for instance here, we'll get this one in. This direction is going to be all of our platforms and also A3, because if you go down this pathway, it's going to go to A3. And then we can add on the rest of our pieces. There we go. I can rotate now. So this one, if I rotate here, that's going to be A1 and 2. And then if I add on another one, ooh, that's not the right direction. You have to go down this way to get to 4 and 5. So we can add on that. And then even over here, we need to add on some signage to make sure that all of our guests can go to where they need to go. Just make sure you click on the right thing. So for here, that's going to be to A2? Cool. And we're going to add another one, which for people coming out of this, I want it to point the right way. And our platforms are this direction. All of our A's except for A1 are that direction. And if we'd like, we can add on another one and say, hey, that's going to be for A1. Beautiful. So you can kind of see how this game will build on things. Let me fix this particular one here. Oh, it's not fixable right now. That's not a big deal. And then we'll go on and add on our other signpost here to get this one. That's going over to A. Looks like 5. So we're going to add that on. That's going to be on here, A5. We'll add on an additional one that will rotate. This is going to go to A4. And then we're going to add on another one, which is going to go up the stairs, just to make sure everybody's on the same page. That's going to go to platforms and all the A's except for 4 and 5. And then we have, I think we have everything built. You can see that the trains will come in, they split the station, they'll come in here and do all of that. And then our passengers will go through and do all of their things. So let's unpause this. We'll go through and let the time play out. You can see these timers will go on down. Nothing big deal. And hopefully here, shortly, we'll have our platforms built and our trains will start rolling. You can see there's a little timer here of when platforms are coming. So there's our first train coming in. And we don't have any platforms built, so there's no real passengers here for them to do anything with. Platform 2 should be coming from the left side here. There it is. And again, no real usage because we don't have any of these things connected. But over the next hour or so or game time, you can see it moves pretty quick. We'll have all of these things connected, and we just need to get to our number of passengers and we'll be set. So as soon as these pathways open up here, you can see that we'll start being able to connect all of these together and have everything roll through and do their thing and get them set and ready to roll. So we can unpause all of these entrances to start allowing people in as we have connections. So we'll do that. And now, look, we have people. Look at all those people. Look at how happy they are. There's blue people, there's green people. They are very happy in going through. And we'll open up our other ones here. So we'll unpause this one and we will unpause this one. We currently have 54 passengers and it's going up and it looks like they're all pretty happy. So look at us. We're doing a good job here. But as this game continues, you get elevators, escalators. You'll have multi-level platforms. So you'll have like a red line like this one. Then you'll have a blue line that's even farther down. And you have to figure out how to connect them all together. It's not a terribly complicated game as far as like some of the other games I've looked at and played. But there's a lot of little details here that make this game very fun. And there's a lot of details that make this game a a challenge. It is difficult to go through and build later challenges, and it's kind of fun here. You can see as trains come in, people kind of gather towards the end where the stairs are at, and you want to try to spread them out so they can go over larger areas and get loaded in here. You can see there's a lot of people gathered up towards the front of this train, whereas when they get out, they're kind of evenly spread through everything. And you're going to have different concourses as well. So these are all red entrances, you'll have blue entrances, you'll have green entrances. They're all kinds of different things set and ready to go. But we're going to speed this bad boy up, go through an entire day. You can see that we are making money. We're keeping, oh wow, the trains when they unload leave lots of people. But we have 70 people, now we have 50, and trains go through. And basically how you make money is people who exit through the platforms, or excuse me, through the exits here, the red exits. We get $7 every time somebody exits. And our goal is to make it to a certain amount of money per day and to keep everybody happy. But we have our kind of evaluation set, and we're making sure that all of our people are happy. See, they gather right there. You see? Now, I don't know about you, but I love metro systems. I love seeing how they work and function and do their things. I've seen really good examples. I've seen really bad examples. And it's just fun to see how different places design their things. But I personally always hate when people come right off the escalator or stairs and they stand right where the entrance is. It drives me crazy because it's not the best place. You go to the opposite end. You go as far away from the entrances or exits as you can, and that usually guarantees that you're going to have a better seat on the train. But this is STATIOnflow. It's not a terribly complicated game, but again, it's super fun. There's lots of stuff there, and as you level up and go through the game itself, it gets significantly more challenging. And that's one of the things I really love about this game, is it's not a game that over the first few levels you kind of figure everything out. You really have to go back and dive into it all of the time. So this game came out as its quote-unquote final version in 2020. There really hasn't been an update to it since then, but I don't know if there really needs to be. It works on Windows and Mac, which is awesome because I played on both, and it's kind of fun to just kind of go through and see what's going on. I play lots of Windows and Mac games because I'd like to have both as an option. And, ooh, we're getting some upset customers. You can see they are not happy. Why are you not happy? Oh, because my A3 arrow is not pointing directly towards A3. It's a little off. So I like to have games that have both. My Mindustry games, Parkitect, which I think have been the two main games on this channel, but even the game that started this channel off was Transportation Inc. That also is a dual platform game. So I really dig that. You can see we've done our first day here. We got 660 guests served. We had all entrances and exits active. We had 2 lines or stations active, and we got an A+, and for that A+ grade, we made ourselves some 22,000 units or dollars in this game. But that's going to wrap up this game. I'm not going to go into it crazy. If you'd like to see more, let me know, and I'll make more videos on it. But it's a fun little game that has lots of interesting things and gets more challenging, but it's kind of one of those fun little puzzle games that you got to figure out, and once you figure it out, it throws more loops at you. But it's fun and enjoyable, and I really like it. Folks, I'll see you next time. Thanks so much for joining me. I'll see you later. Bye-bye.